Good afternoon, everyone. On November 14th, the town of the Blue Mountains suffered a great loss with the passing of Deputy Mayor Rob Potter. Rob had a kind and generous spirit and gave selflessly of himself to our community, right until the very day he passed away. Rob had a long history of service to our community as editor of the Courier Herald and its predecessor, the Review Herald, for a total of about 28 years. He also worked at the municipal government, filling in as communications and economic developer coordinator for the Blue Mountains in 2009 to 2010. Rob had a long and varied history of community service, which included being the founding president of the Marsh Street Center, something which was very near and dear to his heart. Among his other contributions, Rob was also a member of the steering committee that brought the Cape Craigleith Heritage Depot project to fruition. He also served on several other municipal committees, including the Community Assist for an Urban Study Effort CAUSE program, the Sustainable Path Steering Committee, and the Attainable Housing Committee in its early years. Rob was also deeply involved in many community activities, such as the Kinsman, the Thornbury Community Theatre Group, minor sports, Relay for Life, and others. I only got to know Rob well when we were both elected to council in 2018. I quickly developed an immense respect for Rob, his generous and kind spirit, his knowledge and experience, and his immense love and dedication that he had for our community. And we became good friends. We are all lucky to have known Rob, and our community is a far better place for him having been part of it. Let us honor him by working together to build on Rob's legacy of selfless service. Rob was a truly remarkable man whose shoes will be hard to fill and whose memory we will always cherish. Friends and family are invited to come to a come and go celebration of life for Rob on December 3rd, 2021 at the Marsh Street Center from 1 until 4 p.m. Masks will be required, and we ask that all COVID-19 rules and regulations are respected to keep everyone safe. As your expression of sympathy, in lieu of flowers, donations to the Marsh Street Center would be appreciated and may be made through the Ferguson Funeral Home, 48 Boucher Street East, Meaford, Ontario, to whom arrangements have been entrusted. On the COVID front, over the last 2 weeks, case rates in Ontario have started to rise again, with a 53% increase over the previous 2-week period, and 793 new cases reported today, a number that has not been seen since mid-September. New cases in Grey Bruce declined, with 47 new cases compared to 59 over the previous 2 weeks. One new case was reported in the town of the Blue Mountains. Currently, there is only one active case in the Blue Mountains. The number of people hospitalized in Ontario was up slightly. People hospitalized in ICU and on ventilators were relatively stable. Deaths continue to average about 4 to 5 a day. The best protection from a serious case of COVID or death is being fully vaccinated. On November 3rd, the province announced that eligibility for a third dose of the COVID-19 vaccine has expanded. Individuals now eligible for a third dose include all individuals age 70 or over, based on their calendar year, not date of birth. Eligible healthcare workers and designated essential caregivers in congregate settings, all hospital and acute care staff, all patient-facing healthcare workers, staff involved in the COVID response, medical first responders, healthcare workers, and designated essential caregivers in congregate settings, which means assisted living, correctional settings, shelters, long-term care homes, retirement homes, supportive housing, hospice and palliative care settings, and home care and community care healthcare workers providing in-person care. In addition, all individuals who received a complete series of a viral sector vaccine, AstraZeneca, or 1 dose of the Janssen vaccine are eligible, as well as Indigenous, Métis, and Inuit adults over 18 years of age. In Gray and Bruce, all medical first responders providing medical first response qualify for the 3rd dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. The province notes that all members of the newly eligible groups must wait 6 months, 168 days minimum, following their 2nd dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in order to be eligible for a 3rd dose of the COVID vaccine. For example, if you got your 2nd dose of your vaccine on June 1st, 2021, you are eligible for a booster dose on November 16th. Eligible individuals can book their booster dose appointment through the COVID-19 vaccination portal or by calling the Provincial Vaccine Contact Center. A number of vaccination clinics are planned throughout Grey Bruce. Locally, a vaccination clinic will be held at the Beaver Valley Community Center on November 29th, 12 noon to 6 p.m. Have a great weekend and stay safe.